time we unveil a new episode of MGL TV, our goal is to reach new heights. And I think that with this one, we've accomplished that goal and then some. Stick around as we introduce to many of you what may be a brand new golf destination in the state of Michigan as MGL TV starts right now.
Welcome to Michigan Golf Live Television, shining the spotlight on the best places to stay, play, and enjoy the greatest game on earth. Stay connected 24/7 to MGL on Facebook, Twitter, our weekly radio show, and podcasts on the all-new 4golfersnetwork.com. MGL TV starts now.
Hello and welcome to Michigan Golf Live Television. I'm Bill Hobson, and I'm glad to see that a few of my closest friends have responded to the invitation to explore a new golf destination, new to most of us. It's been located in the heart of our state for a very long time, but quite often we think about other activities when we talk about Jackson. Well, in the course of the next few minutes today, we've got a half a dozen courses that are going to grab your attention and hopefully become part of your next golf getaway. So, it's going to be a bit of a sprint. We've got 6 courses in the next few minutes. We're going to go from start to finish. On your mark, get set, let's experience Jackson. Leading off our Experience Jackson golf tour is a course about 10 or so minutes from downtown Jackson. It's beautiful. It's called Calderon Golf Club, and the general manager is Brock Spink. Brock, you're up first in our tour of all these wonderful courses. So what makes Calderon special?
Not a lot of link style courses around, mostly old school. Us and the Grande are, a couple of the newer courses in town, I'd say. A lot like the Grande and the big open fairways, beautiful fairways. The link style on the front is awesome. It's Bill Newcomb was the guy that designed the course. He's also designed Crystal Downs, Travis Point, both of the resort courses at the Boyne Mountain Resort, and just a lot of nice courses. So he did a very nice job with this course.
It has a feel of having been around a lot longer than it has. The course has been around since 2002, but as you come out here, and we're going to see the Grande at the end of the show, so you're opening it up with wide fairways, and then some of your colleagues in Jackson have a little bit more of a tight feel, a classic old country club feel to them. Out here, though, I noticed you have some native grasses that'll give you a challenge if you're offline a bit.
Yeah, you don't want to go in there. It's pretty thick in there. It gives the nice contrast with the green, and all that has a nice pop to it this year. The heather popped really nicely for us, so it looks really good.
You do have the advantage, I would say, of being out away from town a little bit. It's very quiet out here. I'm guessing there's a lot of wildlife on the course, and this is a place where you can get the driver out and let it rip, right?
Yep, like you were saying, out of town, a lot more space. It gives that open feel that we needed to get. You got to get out of town to get that, where if you're playing in town, it's more than likely going to be a little bit of a tighter course. It's nice, too, being out here. We draw a little bit of play from the Chelsea and Arbor area, so that's good. But we still have Jackson prices, so we're a great value.
We started with the son. Now it's time to talk to Dad, who owns a piece of this beautiful property. When somebody calls the pro shop here and says, what is your course like? How do you describe it to them?
Championship golf course. It's got 5 sets of tees, over 7,000 yards from the tips. Beautiful layout, beautifully maintained, and low prices. That's because of the Jackson. There's a lot of competition in Jackson, so our prices are low.
Is this part of the state getting enough recognition for the great golf around here?
Jackson, Michigan was 3rd for golf courses per capita. And most other places that have that, that's their big thing. They're drawing people from all over for golf. And we do. We have a lot of beautiful golf courses here, but I don't think it does get quite what it should.
We continue to experience Jackson and head into the city for a wonderful golf course that dates all the way back to the 1920s. It's called Ella Sharp Park. And Eric Terrion is the longtime professional here, 30 plus years?
I've been here for 30 years.
You look like just a kid.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's special about your baby here? You've been here for a long time.
This is kind of a secret gem here in Jackson. The great thing about us is that we cater to everybody, but this is a course where juniors and seniors and women and tournament players can all come in a melting pot here and all get something out of the course.
It looks like it has a little bit of a challenge for every skill level. I mean, you hold city championships in different competitions here, right?
We do. We handle maybe about 8 tournaments per year. But on the hindsight of that, we also have 30 golf leagues. So we do cater to everybody here in the community. The best thing about our courses is that we're best value. We're very, very affordable. And that kind of runs into our Parks and Recreation theme, where we want golfers to come out and play and give them the opportunity.
2 of the courses in our program are municipalities. So here at Ella Sharp and then at Cascades, and both of them offer tremendous value. You're talking about 18 with a cart for under 30?
$25, and that's been our highest rate here. Even our seniors can play 9 holes with a cart for $11.
And yet you're able to maintain some really pristine conditions. That's not easy.
It is not easy. We try to get as many seniors out here as we can. We actually have a database of over 600 seniors that play here. So we are very fortunate that we have the amount of play that we have, and what we do is simply put it right back into the golf course and to our golfers.
Well, that's one of the things we love about the Experience Jackson golf experience, is that there is something for everybody depending on which course you go to. And here you have a friendly setup for golfers of maybe the outer limits of age and skill level.
Absolutely. We are very fortunate that we have had some long-lasting relationships here with a lot of the golfers. And actually, the other thing too is that as the years go on, we actually attract a lot of new golfers too, once they get to that senior age and stuff. The golf course itself isn't very long. It's under 6,000 yards, which makes it very attractive and very playable.
And I know that Ella Sharp is also home to what's considered to be one of, if not the hardest holes in the area. So tell us about it.
We do have one of the more difficult holes. That would be our 12th hole, and the length of it is 394 yards. So from a scorecard standpoint, it doesn't appear very difficult. What makes the hole difficult is that there's OB on to the left and oak trees on to the right, which will obviously guarantee to grab your golf ball. But once you can get a golf ball into play, what happens now is that you're hitting a shot to about a 50-yard high elevation with a green that slopes towards you. So the easiest part is getting the ball in play, and then the challenge starts after that.
Sounds like a diabolical scheme to embarrass the TV host.
We're trying not to.
What a fun golf experience at Ella Sharp Park. But before you leave the premises, you got to come inside. I got to show you something, because you're not going to find anything like this anywhere else. The heritage of golf in the Jackson area is so rich. They have the Jackson Golf Hall of Fame. And look who just happens to be standing right here to talk to me about it. It's the chairman of the Hall of Fame committee, Gary Calderon. How are you?
Good, Bill, thanks.
Tell us about this very cool little museum here.
The Jackson Golf Hall of Fame was started in 1982 by Vic Hewis, who did a lot of great things for golf in Jackson. He spearheaded the effort to get this going. He wanted to have a way to recognize the great legacy and the tradition of golf in Jackson. In the early 1980s, he spearheaded a fundraising effort to get this going. And in 1982, they inducted the first class of 15. And ever since then, for 35 years, we've been inducting more members. We will induct our 63rd next month. Every year we have a golf outing in the morning, and then after that is our induction ceremony.
It's fun for people to be able to come in and look around at some of the names they may recognize, like Brian Stewart and Elaine Crosby and Dave and Mike Hill. I see my friend Dave Kendall up there on the wall. And then, of course, there are some great amateur players that are inducted into here as well. What a great idea to celebrate the heritage of the game in this region. Here we are doing a show all about great places to play golf as we experience Jackson. And now you can come in and kind of soak in some of the history of it. Welcome back to Michigan Golf Live Television as we experience Jackson and the wonderful golf courses in and around the region. Now, I would love nothing more than to hang out here and have some fun at the splash pad at the Cascades. We get a lot more golf to discover, including Arbor Hills Golf Club, our next stop, and I have a feeling that I need to get moving. We continue experiencing Jackson and the wonderful golf courses in the region by visiting Arbor Hills Golf Club, a place that will test your game with precision off the tee. Chris Cummings is the general manager here of what used to be a private club, and now everybody can come play, right?
Yep, we are open to the public. We went public in 2007. The course was built back in 1925 and opened in 26. It was designed by Arthur Ham. It's a parkland style course. It plays about 6,500 yards from the tips. So it's not the longest golf course, but you've got to hit every shot right on line or you're going to be in trouble.
I had the chance to play here in a competition a few years ago, and I discovered the old adage that the trees are 80% air is not true. Some of them are very solid, and here at Arbor Hills, you've got to navigate around them.
You do. So we have a lot of big oaks, a lot of big locust trees. They've all been here 70, 80 years. So they are big, mature trees. They do dictate every shot.
When a course changes from being private over to public, you still have to maintain those private course conditions, and I know that's a big part of your daily workload, isn't it?
It is. Everyone that comes here, a lot of golfers have not played here before, and they expect that private club feel. They expect everything to maintain pristine. They expect fast greens, good sand traps, nice fairways, and we've tried to maintain everything at a private level even though we have gone public. Our rounds have just about doubled since it was private, so it is a little bit tougher, but the maintenance crew does a very good job.
It's kind of fun also. You have a walkable golf course. You don't have to jump in a cart. You can, but you can also put the bag on the shoulder or on a trolley and get a little exercise.
You can. It's very short. We don't have a lot of cart paths, but it is very compact, so it does make it easy to walk. There's a few hills that it does get tiring after a while.
What difference would a golfer notice about Arbor Hills versus maybe the Grande?
In contrast to the Grande, which has rather large fairways and large greens, everything here is very narrow, so it's a lot more precision style golf. You've got to pick and choose your shots a little more carefully than you would at a course like the Grande.
So you don't have to be a long bomber to succeed here at Arbor Hills?
No, you could play irons off the tee all the way around and still shoot a very good score.
The golf shop manager at Arbor Hills is Brian Kuhn, and what a beautiful course you have. And by the way, before we talk about the course, what a beautiful clubhouse you have recently renovated.
Yeah, they did a great job. It's a beautiful bar. It was known when it was a country club for like the stag room and just the good times had in it, and they've done a great job with it.
The course requires precision off the tee and into every green. What are your favorite holes and why?
My favorite hole is 12 just because it's just the toughest par 5 out here. Toughest par 5 around Jackson, I believe. It's long, it's demanding off the tee. Fairway's gotten skinnier with a little inlet of rough. 10's a good par 3. A lot of hole-in-ones made if the pin's in the right spot. 17's another just real tough 220-yard par 3.
So for not being a really long course, there are some challenging shots you have to hit here. Some of these holes do stretch out if you're playing 220 at times at a par 3.
You have to hit it. You have to hit it in the right spots and miss it in the right spots. Because you can miss it out here, you just have to miss it where you'll have a shot.
And you know all those places, so you can tell me and show me.
Oh yeah, of course, I've been everywhere.
Have you ever hit a shot here in a place you didn't want to hit it?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh, lots.
It's not very often that you get a chance to talk with and then play with a man with a career on the PGA Tour and the Champions Tour. Mike Hill here at Hill's Heart of the Lakes. What a pedigree, what a resume. It's good to meet you.
Nice to see you, Bill.
And what a beautiful property you have here. Take us kind of through what it's like at the Heart of the Lakes.
Well, I think that we got the golf course in 1984, my wife and I, and it was only 9 holes at that time. And when I went on the senior tour at that time in 1989, I made enough money that I felt like we could put another 9 in, and we started that 9 in 1990. And we were basically limited with the amount of property we had here, even though we have 176 acres here, a lot of it's swamp. So the golf course is less than 6,000 yards, but it's in wonderful shape, and I think it's a great place for the ladies to come and play, and we get a lot of younger guys now that we never used to, because the greens are really challenging, and even though you might only have a sand wedge to several greens, it's still hard to make par.
This is a part of Michigan also that has such a different terrain. These rolling hills are gorgeous in the Brooklyn area, aren't they?
Right.
That must have been fun to help design a new 9 with this sort of topography.
Yes, I think that it was more difficult because it's mostly sand and gravel here. But I'd rather raise grass on sand than I would on clay. And we don't have a problem with any flooding. We can get 2 inches of rain and go play in an hour. So it takes a lot of water to keep the grass green like this. We spend a lot of money on fertilizer and fungicides.
What is it about this family that loves golf so much?
I think golf was forced upon us because Mike played, so we taught the kids to play, and most of them have learned to enjoy it. So as far as a golfing family to play, that's how that worked.
It looks like you're having fun still in the game, even as course operators.
Oh yes, I mean, really I love to be up here. I love to see our customers and the people. I have fun talking to them, and everybody seems, well, everybody's happy when they're here. Most people are happy when they're here. They're happy to come here, and it's nice to be here. And our employees are terrific. Most of our employees have been here between 15 and 25 or 30 years. So we have long-time employees, and they're part of our family.
As the matriarch of this clan, what's it like to have the whole family not only involved in a business together, but in golf together?
Family is first to me, and it couldn't be better. Our daughter Kristen has been fantastic inside. You can ask anybody that plays out here. Part of the reason they come here is for Kristen. She really is very good with the customers. She's good in the kitchen. She's just efficient and has a memory like an elephant. She can just remember everybody's name and people like that. And being a matriarch, I kind of step aside and watch how everybody works together.
We've checked off 4 wonderful golf courses, and there are 2 remaining before we cross the finish line. So stick around. There's more MGL TV straight ahead. Welcome back to Michigan Golf Live Television as we continue to experience Jackson, and we are essentially on top of the world. We've got time left for 2 more golf courses, so let's head now to the Cascades. If you love a golf course with history, excellence, and that classic design feel, Cascades Golf Course is where you want to tee it up in the Jackson area. Phil Fischmeister is the man in charge here. This is a pretty special place. It goes back to 1929, right?
Yes, yep, sure did.
What's special about it?
Well, what's special about this course is, it's a very traditional design. Like you said, it's been around since 1929. Both Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus have played here. And in fact, touring pro Dave Hill, who's a native of Jackson, shot the course record out here of 63 back in 1965 while playing with Jack Nicklaus in an exhibition.
Is that what brought them here, was an exhibition, or was there some competition taking place?
It was a charity exhibition that both Arnie and Jack came and played in.
Well, everybody talks about the classic feel of this. It's not tricked up at all. You can see where you're going. You keep it out of the trees, you'll be in pretty good shape, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Not many blind tee shots. It's right in front of you. What you see is what you get. What's great about this course is, it's not too difficult to kind of discourage new golfers, but it's also, a good enough test that it's going to test even the best.
We're right in the heart of Jackson, and yet it feels like, we can hear the birds, we can hear nature. We don't hear traffic. You're really nestled in here.
Yes, we are. We're situated on the Sparks Park, which is over 450 acres. And although we're kind of in the middle of town, there's a lot of nature out here. You see a lot of deer. You can hear all the birds. So you're definitely, don't feel like you're in town at all.
What are the highlight holes here?
Well, 17 is our signature hole, and it's a par 4. About 350-yard par 4, and what's unique about that hole is there is a stream that bisects the fairway about 220 yards. Setting up your approach shot is so important because the green is the most difficult green on the course. It slopes severely from back to front, so if you get above that pin, watch out. Probably going to be 3-putting.
The course has some length to it from the back, but
does.
I've also noticed that you have a number of ladies out here playing, and they seem to be having a great time, so it's pretty friendly for everybody.
Yes, very friendly for everyone. Again, it's a great championship course. You know, we've held a lot of tournaments here in the past, USAM qualifiers, Michigan AM qualifiers, so it's definitely a good test for your best golfers, but and we have 4 sets of tees, so it is very friendly to golfers of all abilities.
What's special about this course to you?
Well, it's home for one thing. We live close by. I grew up in Jackson. Cascades is a beautiful park, and in the middle of it is this beautiful golf course. So it's just always been home to me.
This course has some history to it, with Jack and Arnold having played here.
Can you believe it? Yeah. We had their pictures right inside, and we have a couple golf pros from Jackson that have played here. We got a lot of good golfers in Jackson.
What would a golfer not from Jackson appreciate the most about Cascades?
The common thing that people say is a beautiful old tree-lined golf course. They almost all say the same thing. The men like the length of it. It's not easy, but it's not a killer either. I think people from out of town say a lot of good things about our course.
This course is great as far as the difference of the 2 nines. The front 9 is very wider open, 3 par 5s. Kind of get your long clubs dialed in before you get to the back where it's a little tighter and you've got to go more accurate play.
Nobody, and I mean nobody, plans a golf trip to Jackson without including the Grande Golf Club as part of their itinerary, because this is a gorgeous challenge of golf. Ray Hearn designed it, and Brian Roberts helps run it. What is it about this course that's so appealing?
I think the unique thing for the Grande Golf Club is the fact that we got these really large fairways. We've got large undulating greens. It's different than a lot of courses in Jackson. It's different than a lot of courses you'll see in the state of Michigan.
It really is, and as part of this group of courses that we're highlighting in the show, this really is a destination that people need to discover, isn't it?
It sure is. We get people coming from all over the state, Ann Arbor, from Grand Rapids, from up north, and even from Toledo. It's a destination course for a lot of people. You know, it's just one of those courses where everybody comes and say, wow, I did not know Jackson had this kind of golf course to offer.
This has a feel of a course that you could take and put 2.5 to 3 hours north of here if you wanted to, even further north, because it has the undulating rolling hills and the tree-lined fairways, but you've also got this uniqueness that allows you to soak in nature in an area of the state where you'd think you wouldn't have that.
I agree, yeah. Every hole here seems to be kind of it's all by itself. You don't see like fairways running parallel to each other. You're really unique to the lower part of the state of Michigan, so you just don't see a lot of courses like that.
You've been here a while, so how have you seen the reputation grow?
You know, it starts off as, you know, that diamond in the rough. People talk about, you know, hey, I heard this course is great, to as it's just a place where you see the same groups repeatedly coming back. You know, there are groups of 12 or 16 guys are coming back every year. And it's just like one on their list that they've got to play.
Head golf professional Stephen Sari knows this place better than anybody, having been here over 15 years. So what did Ray Hearn do with this incredible property?
Ray Hearn and Doug O'Rourke combined to really, they did a great job utilizing the natural terrain of the land here. The course kind of winds through and around a lot of natural wetland areas and through some native pines. It's really a beautiful place.
Now that's what I call a whirlwind tour. 6 wonderful golf courses, all comprising that Experience Jackson vacation that you need to put on your calendar. Jennifer Cronkite can help you do that. You and your team at Experience Jackson can help our viewers, right?
That is absolutely correct. So if you go to experiencejackson.com, you're going to see a listing of all the golf courses that are in Jackson County. And there's over 60 miles of fairway here. And we pride ourselves on having a fabulous quantity and quality of golf courses at a great price. So you should come to our community and discover what we have to offer.
What a fun time we had on this whirlwind visit of the great golf courses in and around Jackson. The Experience Jackson group is ready to help you put together your perfect golf getaway, so make sure you take them up on that opportunity, because this is a wonderful part of the state that for some reason many golfers have yet to explore. Now it's time for you to come here and have a great time as you experience Jackson. We'll see you next time on Michigan Golf Live Television.